twin brothers, and they hit People magazine's list of the men alive, and together they can dramatically boost your home's resale value. They are the Property Brothers, and they're the stars of no fewer than 4 hit reality shows.
Drew Scott, alongside his twin brother Jonathan, rose to fame with their captivating home improvement show, Property Brothers. From giving life to old buildings to creating stunning new spaces, these brothers never failed to captivate fans. Yet, behind the glitz and glamour, tragedy struck. If you are a fan of the show, just like every other fan, you've probably wondered what happened to Drew Scott and what led to his sudden disappearance from the show. Well, we got you covered, and in today's video, we delve into what really happened to Drew Scott and where he is today. Join us as we unravel these details. Let's get started. Before we delve into these details, we must have a good understanding of Drew's early life and how he rose to become the person we know today. Drew Scott's early life. Drew Scott was born on April 28, 1978, in Vancouver, British Columbia. He was the youngest of the Scott boys, with his elder brother James Daniel being older than him by 2 years, and his identical twin brother Jonathan Scott arriving the world before him by a 4-minute interval. His birth was a surprise to his parents, Jim and Joanne Scott, who had thought she was giving birth to a single child. Their father, Jim, had relocated from Scotland to Vancouver as a teenager, with dreams of being the kind of cowboy he had seen on television. He worked in the film industry as an actor, stuntman, and assistant director until the late 1970s, when he retired and decided to focus on raising his family, then moved to a horse farm in the nearby town of Maple Ridge. He worked as a youth counselor while Joanne continued her career as a paralegal in downtown Vancouver. On the twins' 7th birthday, their father encouraged them to get jobs, so they started their first business, making nylon-covered hangers. According to them, they sold them from door to door until they got their big break with a woman who sold American paraphernalia in Japan, ordering thousands. James would commonly renovate their properties and would pay the boys from as young as 8 years old to build and repair fences, decks, and barns. Even as children, the twins had a thing for rearranging the furniture in their family home. As teens, they attended Thomas Haney Secondary School, and Drew excelled in sports, coaching, and playing on the basketball and volleyball teams. After graduation, the family moved into their new home in Alberta, just as the twins left for Calgary to go to university. So, how did Property Brothers come to be? And what led to Drew's disappearance from the show? Keep watching to know. Drew's career pursuits. The twins' father was a notable father figure, one whose amazing fatherhood skills were able to influence the career choices of his boys, stamping a love for entertainment in their hearts. Drew's desire to follow an entertainment career has always been stronger than that of his brother. This is probably because entertainment was always part of their upbringing, and we could say he inherited more of his father's genes. Their father's background in the movie industry also afforded him little peeks into the movie world, setting the stage and fueling his passion for entrepreneurship and entertainment. After their first entrepreneurship attempt at making nylon hangers, Drew and his brother re-entered the entrepreneurial journey as real estate professionals, which eventually led to the creation of one of HGTV's most popular shows, The Property Brothers. Before becoming known as Property Brothers, Drew was dedicated to various pursuits. He began by participating in theatrical performances during high school and even trained as a party clown, which provided significant income at the time. Initially, aspiring for a basketball career, injuries prompted him to reconsider. However, this setback ultimately led him to discover his true calling. Alongside his twin, Drew focused on developing their father's entertainment career. During his teenage years, Drew appeared in movie productions such as Smallville, serving as a double for Tom Welling, and in Breaker High and Madison. However, his pursuit of acting was interrupted when he and his brother began university education. Realizing the need to support themselves in school, Drew and his brother turned to real estate. Their first entry into the real estate market was done by leasing a building, renovating it, and renting it to fellow students. It was such a profitable venture at the time, and they kept getting better at it. This also marked the beginning of their journey in real estate. As their customer ranges grew and recommendations flooded the place, they expanded into fixing up and selling other properties, leading Drew to obtain a real estate license following unpleasant experiences with realtors. By 2006, Drew reminded himself that real estate was only a means to an end, and he needed to pursue his acting dream. So, he entrusted Jonathan with managing their real estate company and moved to Vancouver to pursue acting classes, expanding the business. During his time in Vancouver, Drew worked on establishing connections that would help him thrive in the entertainment industry. However, he soon learned that surviving in the entertainment industry was more financially demanding than he thought it to be. He encountered financial difficulties and found himself in debt that needed to be cleared. To settle his debt, he had to return to his primary money-making skill, real estate, and made an important decision to expand the Scott Real Estate Company to Vancouver. Like magic, this move worked and proved to be another success for the brothers. Drew's outgoing personality and negotiation skills, combined with Jonathan's design expertise, made them a formidable team. Their success wasn't solely about selling houses. It was about a passion for helping people find their dream homes regardless of their budget. Drew's determination for entertainment. Despite a blossoming real estate career, Drew remained determined to pursue a television career. This determination led him to partner with his older brother JD. In 2002, he established the Davidian Production Group, a film production company. While he moved more and more to entertainment, Jonathan remained a true businessman, held on to their growing business, and continued to manage their real estate empire in Calgary. For Drew, all he could dream of was a life on the big screens. Given his expertise in real estate, he began to develop a reality TV show that merged home renovation skills with his charm and real estate knowledge. Together, they pitched the idea to HGTV and requested for airing rights. HGTV bought the idea, but had a little adjustment in mind. Originally, they had envisioned a show titled Realtor Idol, inspired by the format of American Idol. But this concept did not materialize. So they shifted focus to a more down-to-earth concept, leading to the birth of My Dream Home, where Drew was initially paired with another female co-host. Drew later revealed that his brother Jonathan had a construction background and could also be a good fit for the show. The producers loved the idea and brought Jonathan on set, and this led to the development of Property Brothers. Property Brothers. Premiering in 2011, Property Brothers became an instant hit. The series followed the twins as they assisted families in purchasing fixer-upper homes, renovating them within strict budgets and timelines, and ultimately turning them into dream residences. Drew played a pivotal role, leveraging his real estate expertise to identify properties that matched the family's requirements and financial constraints. His negotiation skills proved invaluable in securing favorable deals for his clients. However, Drew's true strength lay in his ability to connect with the families on a personal level. He empathized with their aspirations and concerns, easing the renovation process and making it more enjoyable. His skill was the secret ingredient that kept viewers glued to the show every time it aired. Beyond mere home renovations, the show's essence lay in the stories it told. It revolved around bringing the homeowners' dreams to life through their transformed homes. The excitement on the faces of those who were made instant dream homeowners was something palpable. Drew was spreading joy, and creating fulfillment in the hearts of his clients. The show's format was compelling, showcasing the initial excitement of house hunting, the challenges of demolition and renovation, and culminating in the heartwarming reveal of the completed dream home. It wasn't solely about aesthetics, but showcased a profound emotional resonance with viewers. Having attained this feat in the television world, Drew found fulfillment. And even though it wasn't in the form of entertainment he had initially envisioned, he still felt fulfilled being on people's screens and spreading joy. The real estate career, originally seen as a means to support their aspirations, became intricately intertwined with their television dreams. The original show's success led to several spin-offs, solidifying its status as a cultural phenomenon. However, the success story of Property Brothers was soon met with an unexpected obstacle, shocking fans accustomed to seeing the brothers together on the show. But before delving into that, let's reflect on the achievements of Property Brothers over the years. The show's successes and other projects. The original Property Brothers led to many other shows featuring the twins. Spin-offs like Property Brothers, Forever Home, which revamps existing homes to better suit families' evolving needs, and Brother vs. Brother, where the twins compete in renovating separate properties under specific conditions, captured considerable interest. Each spin-off possessed its unique charm, captivating fans and leaving them craving for more. Drew and his brother also ventured into assisting celebrities with their home makeovers in Celebrity IOU, a strategic move that contributed to the show's immense success. Incorporating well-known personalities into the program added an extra layer of excitement for viewers. Their production company, Scott Brothers Entertainment, continued to produce hit shows, cementing their position in home renovation television. The original show maintained its momentum for 7 seasons, attracting an ever-growing audience. In 2013, they started making TV shows instead of just movies. They made a series called Toddler vs. Toddler that was shown on HGTV and WNetwork.com. They also made a short film called Makeover Manor with some famous reality TV stars. Drew also wrote a show about important topics like solar power. In 2015, they hosted a Scott Brothers-themed cruise, Sailing with the Scotts, and another planned in December 2018. Also in 2015, Drew and Jonathan also launched their first outdoor furniture line, Scott Living, on QVC, and by the end of 2016, the line had crossed US $100 million in revenue. Dream Homes, an extension of the brand, provides high-end customized architecture and home elements for homeowners with budgets in the millions of dollars. Every aspect can be customized, and design ideas are provided by a team of designers based out of Las Vegas. In 2017, the twins brought all their brands under the umbrella of Scott Brothers Global. They also released their first book, titled Dream Home: The Property Brothers' Ultimate Guide to Finding and Fixing Your Perfect House, on April 4, 2016. It appeared on bestseller lists for the New York Times, The Wall Street Journal, and Amazon.com. Their second book, a memoir entitled It Takes Two: Our Story, was released in September 2017. He and Jonathan have written an illustrated children's book called Builder Brothers: Big Plans, which was released by HarperCollins on October 2, 2018. The book includes a building project that children can complete with an adult. In September 2017, Scott was announced as a contestant in Season 25 of Dancing with the Stars. His partner was Season 24 pro champion Emma Slater. Jonathan surprised the audience by joining Drew's Jive performance on the October 9, 2017 episode. He was eliminated on November 20, 2017, during the first night of the finals, coming in 4th for the season. Set to air in fall 2019, Scott will host Rock the Block, A competitive home renovation show between HGTV television personalities Leanne Ford from Restored by the Fords, Jasmine Roth from Hidden Potential, Mina Starsiak from Good Bones, and Allison Victoria from Windy City Rehab. They are also set to appear in a second season episode of the comedy series Girls, Eva. The twins' style and public image. The twins have very interesting personalities, famous for their humor and how they joke around, especially in front of people. The Scott brothers have become a television favorite because of how real they appear to be on the show. Drew usually wears fancy suits, while Jonathan goes for a more casual look. They're both really tall, towering over 6'4". Most of their fans are women. This is basically because of their shows that air mostly on W Network, which is mostly watched by women. HGTV, the channel they're on now, even says they're good-looking and popular with women. The president of HGTV even said they're like big movie stars on TV. Glamour magazine wrote that they're incredibly good-looking, drawing huge crowds wherever they go. They've been on lists of attractive guys, including People magazine's list of the sexiest man alive. Drew is pretty big on social media. He's active on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Periscope, where he goes by Mr. Drew Scott everywhere. He's really good at it, so much so that Mashable called him a master of social media. Drew's influence stretches to Vine, a social media platform that doesn't exist anymore, where he used to collaborate with other popular Viners, making all sorts of funny videos and content. Drew's unexpected absence and declining health. During the 7th season of The Property Brothers, which premiered in September 2019, Drew's presence on the show was reduced, sparking fan speculation. Rumors began to spread about a supposed misunderstanding between the brothers. The story had it that this misunderstanding had led Drew to exit the show without duly informing his audience. The brothers remained silent until later in 2019 when Drew opened up about his health struggles, admitting to facing undisclosed medical challenges. Drew's health challenge was a hard nut to crack for the family whose dream had almost come true. It was going to be the start of other challenges for Drew and his twin brother. The family faced a challenging period as Drew grappled with uncertainty about the severity of his illness, awaiting further clarification from doctors. His health struggles served as a sobering reminder to fans that despite the glamorous facade portrayed on TV, Drew encountered his own set of difficulties. The revelation in 2019 that he had been battling a mysterious illness for over a year prompted sympathy from millions of fans and viewers who hoped for his recovery. Drew further took to his social media pages to share the details of his sickness with his fan base, explaining that he experienced flu-like symptoms, gastrointestinal issues, and extreme sensitivity to heat. His condition prevented him from undertaking strenuous activities and necessitated multiple daily medications. The illness took a toll on his personal and professional life, forcing him to take a pause from filming while Jonathan assumed the show's responsibilities. Drew kept sharing his health struggles on social media, expressing his frustration and fears whilst keeping fans' fears at bay. The uncertainty surrounding his condition was unsettling for everyone, including the Scott family. Despite prolonged efforts of diagnosis, it was clear that doctors were inconclusive about the root cause of his illness. Eventually, it was revealed that Drew was suffering from mercury poisoning and chronic fatigue syndrome. This diagnosis underscored the gravity of the situation, highlighting the potentially fatal consequences if left untreated. Fortunately, after a series of tests and treatments, Drew eventually recovered. It was relieving to be healthy again, but the ordeal left a profound impact on him. It was a lesson to everyone, emphasizing the importance of prioritizing both physical and mental well-being. That occurrence in his life made him re-emerge as an advocate for self-care. And he never stopped urging viewers to prioritize their health and well-being. Drew's candidness about his challenges struck a chord with fans encountering similar obstacles. After fully recovering, he returned to the show, bringing back the charm that endeared him to audiences. Hopefully, he was now paying more attention to his health and would never have to leave the show for health-related purposes in the future. Drew's personal life. Shifting gears to Drew's personal life. Amidst the show's focus on helping families find their dream homes, Drew also found love. In 2010, he crossed paths with Linda Fan, a venture capitalist at a Los Angeles bar, and the rest, they say, is history. Their relationship gives credence to the adage that opposites attract. Drew and Linda's story began in 2010, devoid of the typical Hollywood glamour. Drew, fresh from early Property Brothers filming success, met Linda, sharing a mutual passion for travel and adventure. Linda, initially uninterested in the limelight, admired Drew's vitality and enthusiasm. Their bond grew from shared values and admiration for each other's careers. Drew's easygoing nature was what won Linda over quickly, and her intellect and independence kept him loving her daily. They nurtured a relationship built on trust, support, and a shared adventurous spirit. 8 years into their courtship, Drew felt it was time to take the next step, and in 2018, they exchanged vows in a picturesque Italian wedding. The event was captured in the TLC special Drew and Linda Say I Do, a heartfelt celebration surrounded by loved ones. Their love story reached another milestone in 2020, with the arrival of their son, Parker James Scott. Fatherhood. For Drew Scott, fatherhood brought a new dimension to Drew's life, as he now balances his busy career with family commitments. Social media offers glimpses of their happy life together, with Linda embracing her role as a mother while managing her successful career. Drew and Linda form a true power couple, supportive of each other's dreams despite their differing career paths. While Drew thrives in entertainment and home renovation, Linda excels in finance, adding another layer of interest to their relationship. And despite their hectic schedules, they prioritize quality time together and openly share the joys and challenges of parenthood, inspiring viewers to pursue love and family. Drew previously opened up to his brother Jonathan about the challenges of parenting, as the two got candid for a Father's Day interview on their website. "I was back in school finishing my executive MBA, and I had to fly out to Boston for 2 weeks and 2 months after Parker was born," Drew recalled. The early stages of being born are tough times for leaving a parent alone, while Linda was good at letting him know what she needed to tackle everything. Drew explains that it made him realize how easy it could be to just let Linda take the reins on everything, Parker. He said that he is at work all day and she's with him, so it's easy for him to forget that he is a parent here too, which he thinks would be an irresponsible act, keeping the streak. And upcoming projects. With Drew's health scare behind him, he's returned to helping families achieve their dream homes on the successful Property Brothers show. The duo's production company, Scott Brothers Entertainment, announced new shows for 2024, including Backed by the Bros, where they assist entrepreneurs in maximizing investments, and Don't Hate Your House with Property Brothers, aiding frustrated homeowners in reviving their homes. Additionally, a new episode of Celebrity IOU promises enhanced engagement. The premiere episode of Backed by the Bros is set for June 5th on HGTV, featuring 10 episodes. This show offers an opportunity for individuals seeking insights from the brothers in real estate. Beyond their screen engagements, Drew and Jonathan pursue various other interests. They're incredibly talented and have managed to balance their private lives while pursuing their passions. Drew is particularly passionate about environmental sustainability, and he and Jonathan strive to incorporate eco-friendly practices into their renovations whenever possible. Looking forward, Drew shows no signs of slowing down. He continues to explore new ventures in the entertainment industry and has also co-authored several books on home design and renovation with Jonathan. Scott Brothers Entertainment has achieved significant success, producing a variety of shows. Some notable examples include House Hunter: Amazing Water Homes, a spin-off of the popular House Hunter series focusing on families searching for waterfront properties. The Great Give Back with Melissa McCarthy and Jenna Perusic, featuring actress Melissa McCarthy and her cousin Jenna Perusic, helping deserving families with home renovations. Trixie Motel, a documentary-style series following the renovation of a historic Palm Springs motel led by Drew and Jonathan Scott. Trading Up with Mandy Renahan, pairing designer Mandy Renahan with families looking to sell their existing homes and upgrade to new ones. Drew's Dream Car, a short series documenting Drew's journey to restore a classic car. In addition to these shows, they have new projects lined up with HGTV for Property Brothers this year. Drew's Philanthropy. Drew is deeply involved in various charitable endeavors, focusing on helping children in need and supporting underprivileged youth. One of his significant involvements is with Artists for Peace and Justice, an organization dedicated to promoting peace and social justice globally. They work on projects such as building schools, providing clean water, and offering medical aid, particularly in Haiti. In addition to this, Drew serves as a global ambassador for World Vision, a humanitarian organization. He, along with his brothers, embarked on a trip to New Delhi, India, in April 2013 as part of a campaign to raise awareness about issues like child labor and trafficking. Their efforts aim to shed light on these pressing concerns and advocate for positive change. Furthermore, Scott and his spouse, Linda, demonstrated their commitment to philanthropy in a unique way. Instead of receiving traditional wedding gifts, they encouraged their guests to donate to WE, an organization dedicated to providing clean water access in regions like Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Moreover, during their honeymoon, they continued their support for WE by actively participating in local volunteer projects. Drew and his brother Jonathan are also actively involved in initiatives promoting education and healthy living among children. They collaborated with Michelle Obama's Let's Read, Let's Move program, which encourages young people to adopt healthy lifestyles. Through events like the one held at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C., they engaged hundreds of students in activities aimed at fostering a love for reading and promoting environmental awareness. Additionally, the brothers partnered with Target to renovate school libraries, aiming to create vibrant learning spaces that inspire children to read and learn. Furthermore, they lend their support to pediatric cancer research through their involvement with the St. Baldrick's Foundation, contributing to efforts to find cures and improve treatments for childhood cancers. In summary, Scott's philanthropic efforts span a wide range of causes, from providing essential resources like clean water to advocating for education and healthcare for children worldwide. Drew's Awards. With his brother Jonathan, Scott won the 2012 Leo Award, an awards program for the British Columbia film and television industry for Best Hosts in an Information or Lifestyle Series for Property Brothers. In 2012, they were nominated for a Rose d'Or Award in the Lifestyle Show category. Property Brothers was also nominated for Outstanding Structured Reality Program at the 2015 Emmy Awards. And in November 2017, both brothers were selected by Habitat for Humanity for its highest honor, Habitat Humanitarians. According to the organization, The honor was in recognition and furtherance of their dedication to Habitat for Humanity's vision of a world where everyone has a decent place to live. In April 2019, Drew and Jonathan joined Habitat for Humanity's third annual Key campaign for affordable housing across the U.S. in constructing a home. Drew Scott and Linda today. Drew Scott can't help but gush about his wife and mother of two to be. Actually, what's there not to gush about, given the fact that she has stood with him as the best support system ever? Days after announcing that he and Linda Fan are expecting their second child together, the HGTV star spoke on the red carpet at the Environmental Media Awards Gala in Los Angeles on Saturday and shared that the couple is delighted that their family is growing. "We are super excited. Linda is a rock star mom already. Drew is not just excited about a new baby, but about the fact that their son Parker, now 20 months old, would become a big bro. I love seeing Linda as a mom, and the idea of having a couple of kiddos running around is pretty cool. I have siblings, and so for Parker to have a sibling too is pretty cool," Drew says on the red carpet. As for how aware the toddler is of the changes to come, Scott says, "I think he knows something. If we say, 'Where's the baby?' he puts his hand on his belly, so he knows something, but I don't know if he quite gets it yet." The couple is also waiting to find out the baby's gender when Fan gives birth, which they also did with Parker. They want it to be a surprise. Drew further explains that the wider family helps by all having the same environmentally focused approach. "I think it's just little things. It's really great too, because we have a lot of time with family, Jonathan, Zoe, and the kids," Drew explains. His brother Jonathan, the father of Zoe Deschanel's two children, 6-year-old Charlie and 7-year-old Elsie, is more than excited that the extended family is expanding. When asked about how he manages the environment with such a large family, Drew replied that his parents are here. Linda's family also lives in the neighborhood with her kids, so whenever they're doing stuff, he ensures they are all environmentally focused. He also adds that the family doesn't use single-use plastics and composts, which has led to Drew's little boy picking up some excellent habits, quite literally. Drew says, "So, Parker? Well, if he sees something on the ground, he's only 20 months old, he'll run over and get it, and he'll go over to the recycling or garbage can, depending on what it is, and he'll put it in. And to me, that's funny, because at that age, I would eat the dirt." The power couple announced that they would be having a new baby in a sweet joint Instagram post earlier this month. Captioning the post "Round 2, they posted a photo of Parker touching Linda's growing belly. Drew Scott's story is truly inspiring, showcasing his talents as an entrepreneur, real estate agent, TV personality, husband, and father. Through his experiences, he emphasizes the importance of pursuing dreams, maintaining a positive attitude in the face of challenges, and prioritizing health and family. So, what do you think of Drew Scott? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Tap on the link that pops up on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrities. See you there.